Hi peeps, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're all having a great day. Okay, today I'm going to recreate the look I had on in the correction serum video. You try to say that. Anyway, it was using some the Twinks color, which it's all plummy browns look. So I'm going to recreate that. I already have my concealer and foundation and powder and brows on just to save time because it just takes too long if I start from the beginning. I am in my bathroom today. I have a little setup here. I don't know if you can see it in the mirror. There's a mirror behind me, but I don't know if you can really see my little setup I have here. I do have a mirror in front of me, however, it's useless for me because it's not magnified. But I do have it just as a guidance, so every now and then you will see me look down in there. I also have my 10-time mirror here, which will be of great use to me. And I will try very hard to do this tutorial and not cut you out of frame, or not cut myself out of frame. You know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to go in with our, I'm not going to really spend a whole lot of time showing you the products. I'm going to put annotations below of everything I'm using, and we're just going to whiz along with this and try to keep it under 25 minutes, unless of course I talk too much. Hair and the rollers, I have two sets of different rollers. These are very large rollers. I'm going for a look with a lot of height in the crown. But I didn't want real curly hair, so I am using a new set of rollers with my old rollers, because in the new set you only get 2, 4, 6, 8 rollers, and 4 of them are extremely large, and then the next are these here, which are they are large but not as large as the ones that are on top, and then these of course are my old ones, which are all one size. So when I'm done, I'll comb this out and we'll see how it looks, okay? So I'm going to start with a paint pot from MAC, and I think it's called Groundwork or Underground, something like that. I will put all the annotations here because unlike some of the young gurus and some of the mid-aged ones, middle-aged, I'm not good at remembering the names of all of the colors I'm using. So I'm just going to tap my finger into this. I'm not going to really pick up a lot. And I'm going to just use it in the eyeball section of my eye, and I'm going to pat it in just where the I can feel my eyeball. I'm not going up to the brow at all, okay? So this is just to give myself a little bit of a foundation here, and just tap it on both eyes. Oh, a little too much there. I could feel it was too much. So I'll take it off with the other hand, just blend it out. Notice I never drag down, always up. Don't worry about this being perfect. You are going to put a shadow over this, but never, as we age, working down on your eye is the worst thing you can do. Okay, so it's basically just where my eyeball is. You see that, peeps? My eyeball, I'm not going up and above, okay? We're not hanging out in the crease or anything like that. Okay, perfect. Let me just wipe my fingers off. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with this Revlon pencil, and it has, this is the peach brown one. Again, I'll put it underneath in the annotation what it is, and also underneath the video, the correct color. And it just has a dark brown, and I'm going to have to take my 10-time mirror, I'll move in a little bit. I'm just going to lightly touch this one right on the corner, not a whole lot, not a big deal. Then I'm going to just take my finger, and I'm going to smudge that. That is just to do a little bit of contouring in the corner. Okay, and blend it down. Okay, so you just have a little bit of contour there. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other. Notice, I am not at all going towards the down at all. I am just tapping this on almost like in an up and down pattern. And now I'm going to just take my finger, and I'm always working in with it. And then just, so you're blending it out. You're not trying to rub it off or anything like that, okay? And I will be doing a manicure today and hopefully come on with some new colors in another video. Okay, so I'm just doing that. That just sets it up a little bit. And now we are going to go in with Twinks. I love Twinks very much. I could have a love affair with Twinks. You know what? I'm not going to do Twinks first. I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up some Brule on a, Brule is by MAC. However, you can use the Wet n Wild Brule if you'd like. And they're the same, pretty much in color. Okay, so I'm just taking my MAC brush now. I'm going to just touch where I didn't put any of that paint pot. This is just to give myself a little bit of, it's like laying out a canvas to work up against. But it's just because I'm going to add Haux on next. And let's do this. I just want to have something up towards the brow bone and the Haux to be a breaking point for me, okay? So now I'm going to go in with Haux, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush for that, and I'm using all MAC brushes and Real Technique brushes. Well, I'm lying, I got all kinds of brushes here. Okay, so right now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush by MAC, okay? Now, if you have a problem working with brushes and you feel like you're getting too much of an area, go down to a smaller brush. All you have to do when you're working with colors that are going to be in the crease area is you want your brush to have a little bit of play to it. You don't want it to be super stiff because then you're just concentrating in one little area. But if you have a fluffy brush that's smaller, I do have a, like this one here is by MAC. And this one, no, this is a Sigma brush. And it has a tighter domed area. You can work in small areas, but you notice it's not full enough to really do that blending you want. So try to find a brush. It does not have to be a fluffy brush, just a smaller brush that's kind of loose in its bristles so that you can do some feathering action with it, okay? So we're gonna go in with Haux by MAC, and Haux is a beautiful plummy brown. And I'm just going to pick some up on the brush. Go lightly when you're first learning. And you're going to look straight ahead, okay? And I'm going to place this right here. Now I'm not moving my brush. I'm pretty much just laying down the foundation for this color. And then I will move my brush, okay? Because I don't want my color, I don't want it on the lid part. I just want it in the crease area, okay? And then you just kind of feather it up, because you're not applying any more to that brush, so you're just blending it so that it's a nice even look, okay? Now I need to check in my 10th time because you know, I keep looking down in the mirror, I'm sorry. I need to check in my 10th timer because you know, I'm blind. Okay, so that's what you want. So I'm gonna go in and pick up some more Haux. And now if you're also somebody who has a lot of folds, creases, wrinkles, whatever we women choose to call them to make ourselves feel better, and the fallout can be horrible. So if you go ahead and touch it on your hand first, the fallout usually ends up on your hand and not on your not in your road maps, okay? So again, I'm going to look straight ahead because I want to have, see, my eye is it's an aging eye, so of course it's starting to droop on me. It used to be up and I didn't have these problems before, but it has dropped down. So I need to look ahead, and I'm going to place the brush, again, dead center, and I'm really going to lay that color out in the center first, and then I will use it and move my brush around, okay? And again, we're not adding any more color onto this. We are simply blending out with what we already have on the brush, and we will go back and do the same thing on this eye, just to make sure everything is blended. And then go in with a nice clean brush. So you go in with a nice clean brush and you just want to soften those lines, the edges. Just soften them out. Okay? Now, leave it like that. Let's go on and put our Twinks on, and then we can really check our look and see if we need to make any tweaks, okay? Because we're going to come back and use the Haux underneath, but I want to lay the foundation with the Twinks first. So of course I absolutely adore Twinks. I'm going to show it to you. It is a beautiful, beautiful burgundy brown color, just gorgeous, stunning. Can be worn with several different color combinations. I often wear it with like peachy tones too. So I'm going to take a brush. This is a flat brush and it's by MAC, and it's not a real tight flat brush, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to touch the Twinks, okay? And I'm going to touch it on my hand so that I don't get fallout all over the place. Now I will have to use my 10 timer for this. You're going to go in and you're going to place that Twinks all on the outer part of the eye. Don't lift up into the crease. Treat it like you did the Groundwork, the paint pot, and you're going to just place that in that section of the eye. Notice, I'm not dragging my eye down at all. Go back in, get some more Twinks, touch it on your hand lightly, and I know many of you are grabbing your 10 timer, so grab your 10 timer or your 5 timer. 5 timers, you can stay back a little further, but for me the 10 timer works better, okay? So I'm going to place this right in the corner, again, bringing it into where my iris would start on my eye, okay? And when we put that darkness down a little bit with the Revlon pencil, that gives us a little bit of shading effect without really having to do anything. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to take some more Twinks. I'm going to tap it and I'm just going to go over that other eye again. Again, I am just touching it here. I'm not going up into the crease, anything. You're going to blend with your brush to go into the crease. Touch on your hand, go back, pat it on. Now this color we are patting on, go just to where your iris starts on both eyes. Okay, now before we put this brush down, we're not going to add any more Twinks onto it. We are going to lightly just touch the corner. Now don't hold the brush down like this, because then you're going to get it all under. Angle the brush up a little bit and touch it on the corner of that eye. And then you want to sweep up, always sweep up, so that you're lifting your eye at all times, okay? We're not going to add any more. We're going to go to the other eye. Remember, don't lay it down like this. Then you're going to apply too much color in like a road. It's going to be too wide. You want to angle the brush up slightly and just go back and forth with a little bit of sweeping, like you're going back and forth, angling that eye up, up on the corner. Always up, peeps. Never down. Never, never down. Never. I think that's why I can get away with not wearing a winged liner, because a winged liner will help you in giving you the appearance of lifting your eye. But for me, I always work up on the edges. I never bring my shadow way down, drag it down. And I also do the same thing with my blush. It's never low. I always wear it up high to lift everything on my face. When I figure out how to get the jowls lifted, peeps, I'll be sharing that with you too. Okay, now we're going to go in with a pencil brush. A tight pencil brush or a domed brush. Try to get a smaller one. If you're working with a smaller eye, your eyes are much smaller and the area you have to play with is smaller. Always go for the smaller brush. Just because a brush is popular amongst a lot of makeup artists doesn't mean it's going to be right for your face, okay? You have to find the appropriate size. Some people are just naturally born with very tiny features and brushes are just too big for them. So go ahead and find a brush that's appropriate in size for you and one you can handle better. Okay, so now I've put that Haux on this dome brush and I'm going to touch it on my eye so I get no fallout. Now I'm going to look up with my eyes and I'm going to put that Haux all under, just blending it right into the Twinks. What is on that brush? Okay, just blending it right into the Twinks. Okay, do it again. Put the Haux on that. Let me show you this Haux color on the screen because it really is beautiful. It's a plummy brown. I'm not sure how the colors are going to pull in my bathroom, but we will know after this video, okay? All right, so I put some on. I'm touching it lightly on my hands so that I do not have the fallout. Okay, and I'm going to just apply, look up with your eyeball, make a funny face, and you have it blended, okay? So now we're gonna go in with a fluffy brush, a different clean fluffy brush than we used before, and we are going to blend now. Now I'm just gonna look straight ahead into the mirror so that I can see, and I'm just going to blend everything lightly on the top first, just to make sure, and then I'm going to blend that Twinks right in with the shadow, and then after I have started and I've blended lightly, I'm going to bring it over the whole lid of the eye, not adding any color. And then I'm going to flare up slightly in the corner with the Twinks just to soften the line. Okay, same thing on the other eye. We're going to go in, start to blend that line where the Groundwork paint pot and Twinks meet. Really blend it and then come into the inner part, staying only on the lid. You do not want to go up to the Haux, but you do want to soften the lines everywhere. And then you're just going to swirl it up and in on the sides so that you have it all blended softly. Okay, now I am going to take a little bit of vanilla. I'll just take, I think this is an e.l.f. brush or something. I'm going to take a little vanilla by MAC and I'm lightly going to place it under the brow bone. That gives you another lift. Okay, boy, I hope this lighting is working for this video. I did a video yesterday for Joelle, but I haven't, she emailed me, but she is going to either write me a longer email tonight telling me what she thought of it or a video. So I don't know, but we are going to see. because everything, because of my laptop, the HD quality always looks good in my my laptop, but I like to know what it looks like in other people's. Okay, so now I am going to take, this is by Makeup Forever. This is their Aqua pencil. I like using this because I do like a waterproof pencil on the tight line, because I hate when I put it on there and then it transfers to the waterline, because my waterline I like to keep with a lighter shade. So I'm going to go in with this, and I don't know if I'll be able to do this on camera because I'll probably poke myself out, but I'll try it. Okay, I'm just going to go on the tight line, but when I'm doing my tight line, it's not necessarily about that edge. It's about meeting the root of the lashes. So it's like I'm almost just sweeping this color on the right on the roots of the lashes, because what that does then, the base of your lashes, you can actually see it looking at me right now, it just thickens your lashes. Doesn't do anything for the length, but it already gives you the illusion of having thicker lashes. So I'm going to go all the way across with that. The only thing I don't like about these Makeup Forever pencils is that they are so soft that you have to sharpen them all the time. So I'm really going to, I just bought this pencil, probably I'd say 2 weeks ago, and I'm already halfway through it. Okay, so now I'm going to do this eye. Again, sweeping those roots as close as I can. Okay. Okay, now for the bottom waterline, I'm going to use another Makeup Forever pencil, and I'm really enjoying this one. I like to put flesh color tone on the waterline. As we age, I think it's important to open our eyes up some, and by putting the waterline, the flesh tone colors or a bronze tone on the waterline, it does soften our look, but it also keeps our eyes wide open. So I have been using this, I think it's 21L, or I don't know, this is the color. It has a light shimmer to it, but it's a pinky flesh tone, and I really like it. It doesn't have any sparkle or glitter to it, but it does have a very soft shimmer to it. So I'm just going to apply that, and it will go on to your lower lashes, but once you put your mascara on, that goes away. So peeps, let me pause that because I don't know who this is. Just a moment. Okay, they hung up. All right, so I'm just putting this on the waterline. And like I said, I really do like this pencil. And here is where I will drag it sideways. I don't really, it's hard to go in with a point like this. So if you lay it on the edge and you just drag it sideways, you'll apply the color on the whole lid. And it will get on your lashes. I think I mentioned that already. The phone kind of distracted me. Anyway, let's go. We're just applying this side. Now, because it does have a slight shimmer, if you just go in your tear duct slightly, it kind of brightens up that area too. All right, now let's go in for our blush. I'm going to do my mascara off camera because I just can't do it on. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the Bare Minerals, and this is their Golden Gate. I am going to tap it with a blush brush just to get some in the lid. And you work this just like you did the foundation, except for none came out. Just a moment, please, and thank you. Let's get some out. Oh, I'm hoping this tutorial comes out. Okay, here we go. All right, so now I have some in the lid, and I'm going to take my blush brush, and this is just a brush by MAC, and I'm going to go in and really work it into that brush. Tap it off. Now, I am going to, my roller is kind of in my way here. Let me push this back. Okay. I am going to go in and I'm going to start here and I'm going to work it down. I'm not using bronzer today. This is just a very casual look. And then I'm going to feather it around in a C. The reason why I like to do this is because then you are focusing everything in towards your eyes, okay? You just want to blend it down so you don't have any harsh lines here. And if you have really white hair, you can still get away with this, but just try not to brush it into your hair because it will be noticeable. Okay, I'm going to go in with my brush. I'm going to pick up some more blush and I'm going to really swirl it around and work it in. And I'm just going to apply it up high first. And then whatever's left on the brush, swirl it around. You can make a face or not, it's up to you. Okay, so there's my blush. Now I will do my lip liner, and I'm quite sure I'm going to wear the exact same color I wore in that video. This is called Sexy Tango by Guerlain. It's part of their Kiss Kiss formula. I believe it may be discontinued, but if you try, it's not on Sephora anymore. So if you go to a Guerlain counter, you might get lucky and get this. It's a perfect brick tone. I love to wear brick. This shirt is pulling a little bit blue on camera, but it is actually a gray and charcoal gray shirt. And I love brick lipstick with gray. Love it. And for many, many years, the only colors I ever wore on my lips were bricks and reds. So this one is going to be with Mahogany by MAC and Sexy Tango. I'm going to apply my lip liner. I do not draw my lips on. I apply right on the edge. It's impossible for me to draw my lips bigger than they are because I have so many lines around my lips that it would just be bleeding down to my chin. I'd have like lip lines down here. So I draw right on the edge of the lip line. So I'm going to have to do this in the 10 timer. Okay, now the top. Now I do not go straight across on the top. I know that is a huge suggestion. I think it looks ridiculous. So God gave me peaks, I stay with my peaks. However, I do not make them pointed because then it's aging. You have to round your peaks slightly, okay? Many will tell you that you shouldn't put lip liner on, you should only fill in, whatever. It's a personal preference. I like lip liners. You will find that your lips are not perfect. This peak here is a little bit higher, so I do have to even them out. Okay, then I take the lip liner and I just lightly touch the lips with it. And the reason why I do this is because when you're wearing red and you have aging lips, you have lines. And I like to give it a little bit of a foundation so that when it does wear off, you're not seeing all the lines, okay? So now I'm going to apply my Sexy Tango. With this eye look, you could also wear a burgundy red, but burgundy reds always, they look harsh on me because I'm not real good with a lot of blues. Okay, so, touching together, make sure that you have it, you know, where every single line is, nooks and crannies is filled in. Really touch your lips together. Get all those lines, and then you're going to take a piece of tissue because this is a very strong color. I go in and I blot it down. I don't wear any gloss over these types of colors because gloss makes my lipsticks bleed even more, and when you're wearing this darker color, you do not need it going in your lines. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to go apply my mascara and I'll be back in a minute, peeps. Okay, peeps, I'm back. I've put my mascara on and I took the hair out of the rollers. They gave me the look that I wanted. I wanted just loose waves, and I didn't want a lot of curl. So I will do a video on those rollers, and I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and that the lighting worked for us. And I also hope that you picked up some tips, because I know as we age it's very hard to get the looks we once were able to get easily. So my goal in the new year is to find the right location and be able to bring you quality tutorials that are, anybody could use the tips and techniques, but more geared towards an aging eye, because I don't feel there are enough people on YouTube helping us out. So even the big makeup artists that are on YouTube always seem to do tutorials on themselves or younger people, with the exception of maybe one or two. But I think it is a need here on tutorial on YouTube for us older women. Okay, so leave your questions and comments below. Love hearing from you all, and don't forget, subscribe. It's an anti-ager. Be well, peeps. Be happy and be beautiful. Peace. Bisous. I was going to say peace out. Bisous.